Right, 16 December 2020, and I'm joined by MDC-T Secretary General, Senator Douglas Mwonzora. How are you, sir?
I'm very much okay. Thank you very much for having me here again. Thank you so much.
Yes, and I apologize for the network issues that we've been having because it's raining very heavily where you are. So we're going to have a very quick session today, and I apologize to everyone who's been waiting for us. How was your evening today, sir?
Very, very busy, I would say, because we are now 3 days before the Congress. And there's a lot of work to be done. There have been new developments on how the Congress is going to be conducted. So we were making certain adjustments to our plans. And so it was very hectic today.
Okay. Can you briefly take us through what was agreed at today's standing committee meeting?
There were a number of issues that were agreed. The first one was that the Ministry of Health has ordered us to decentralize our Congress. So we are going to have our Congress in 5 clusters at 5 centers on the 19th of December 2020. The first cluster will be its Congress at Sheraton Hotel, and the provinces which will be involved will be Mashonaland East, Mashonaland West, Mashonaland Central, Harare, Chitomwisa. They will be voting at one center. Mutare will host the Manicaland province, and the Mashugo province will vote in Mashugo. Midlands, North and Midlands South, will be voting either in Kwekwe or in Peru. The 3 Matabeleland provinces, Matabeleland North, Matabeleland South, as well as Bulawayo, will conduct their voting in Bulawayo. We are going to advise of the venue. So this has caused a lot of logistical changes that had to be done. But the first important thing was for us to agree that the election is going to go ahead on the 19th as agreed. We also discussed the case which had been taken by the Abednego Bebe, who tried to stop the Congress. He was unsuccessful today. The matter was postponed to sometime next week, which means that we will be able to do our event without disturbance on the 19th. We also dealt with other issues relating to the vote. We are in the process of agreeing on the voters' roll because there have been a lot of changes due to resignations, people dying, and some leaving the party. So we are in the process of finalizing the voters' roll. We will finalize it tomorrow around 4 o'clock, and we will sign it off and hand it over to the Independent Electoral Commission. We are going to conduct our elections. We also agreed on the printing of the ballot papers. It's going to be done by the Independent Electoral Commission. We will, after seeing the voters' roll, print the number, the ballots that correspond with the number, the figure of the voters' roll, but we add 10% more ballots because some people may make mistakes in the process of voting, and we want to give them a chance to correct themselves. We discussed most importantly about the issue concerning the media reports regarding the criminal charges that were filed against me at highest police station by a man called Mr. Leonard Chicho. And the resolution was that we do not know this person, and that there was no criminal complaint that the MDC has against myself or anyone else. And tomorrow, a communication is going to be made to the police, to the relevant authorities from our party, that there is absolutely no problem at the MDC, that there is no money that will be missing, every cent is accounted for. And I was very, very grateful to my colleagues for that, because it sets the record straight and it's only fair. So our president is going to arrive tomorrow, and she is clarifying everything, the law enforcement agents. So no money has gone missing at the MDC. Every cent has been accounted for.
Okay, that's very, very clear. And I want to just recap what you said, because the sound is very bad. You said the Congress is going on Saturday as planned on the 19th, but it's going to be decentralized, with each province holding its own Congress, extraordinary Congress, and the voters' roll is going to be printed after finalization of the voters' roll tomorrow, plus 10% ballots. I think basically that's what you said. And then you said the case where someone reported to the police that there was missing money has been decided that there's no case, and the president, the acting president, Dr. Thokozani Kupe, is going to write to the police tomorrow to that effect. Am I correct in what I've just summarized? That is correct, and that answers Mr.
Sitoli's question. My brother, no money is missing at the MDC. Every cent is accounted for, and there was no theft. I did take an opportunity during the meeting, and I should say this. I did take an opportunity during the meeting to talk to my colleagues within the leadership that the type of campaign, dirty campaign that we saw this week alone was so regrettable. And we want to build a party. We want to build a people's movement. And we should engage in civil competition. And what was happening, especially surrounding the so-called theft of the $300, was very unfair, and it was uncouth. I did address the meeting on that, and we understood each other.
Okay, okay? Let me go to another question which is related. Is Kalipani Pugeni the spokesman of the MDC-T?
Well, Mr. Pugeni did take a leave of absence. He has not been given the mandate to be spokesperson yet. That is yet to be decided, and he will be given that opportunity if the steering committee so decides. Right now, the spokesperson of the party is Dr. Tapua Mashakada, who is acting in the place of Mr. Pugeni at this point in time. So the official person communicating for us is Dr. Tapua Mashakada.
Okay, so Mr. Pugeni has been attacking you in public. Have you seen some of his attacks?
I don't get to see them. He doesn't like me, that's for sure. He has a style of politics that I don't understand. Always goes after the person, always is very, in my respectful view, very uncivil. But that is his way of politics. I don't agree with it, I don't admire it. But he just does that. But Kalipani Pugeni is shadow boxing, isn't he? He's shadow boxing for a candidate. And this is one of the things that I've always been saying to the candidates, that they must, if they have any problem, talk to me directly. But these attacks by Pugeni are most unfortunate, but that is his style. I do not really take him seriously, I should say.
Okay, I want to play for you a clip which Pugeni said yesterday evening. And I want us to address it because a lot of people saw this. So I want a response from you on what will happen after because of such a clip. And it will be a quick 1-minute clip. And please allow me to just quickly find this clip and play it for you.
Now, the point I'm raising here is you have leaders who are willing to give 100 statements over one money, which money is being disputed, because this is the same money in his statement yesterday, which he said he knows nothing about, he never touched it. In other quarters, it supposedly went to one of our lawyers' mother's funeral. And now we get to hear that it supposedly paid for my lawyer. It's a big lie. I paid my own lawyers alone. No one assisted me except my family and my close friends. So I'm speaking about the issue of integrity, about people who aspire for high office. If you aspire for high office, you must be willing to be examined and thoroughly examined and come on the other side and not wanting. I subject myself to that, and it's a shame that there are people who are running for the presidency of this party and eventually the president of the country, when they have also consistently shown themselves to operate at very questionable levels and are not willing to subject themselves to the barometer of truthfulness and the scrutiny, which is deserving of people who want to aspire for that type of office.
Okay, that's very difficult to watch. That's an open attack on you, and this is the second time. The first time, Pugen had to apologize to you after saying you lack leadership skills. Now he's saying you lack integrity. Are you going to lay a complaint against Pugen?
No, I do not have time for that. This is petty. But I do agree with Pugen on one thing, that leadership should be subjected to scrutiny. And this is exactly what I did subject myself to. Certain allegations were laid against me, unfortunately, in the press. And I did say in my press statement in Blower that those who say I did abuse any money must just bring forward the evidence. No one did. I was subjecting myself to public scrutiny, and I do agree with Pugen to that extent. But the fact of the matter is that he seems not to understand what the statement said. The first statement related to what the money was used for, and the money was used for payment of part of the fees of one of our lawyers because he had any emergency. Today, we through our files, we got a letter of appreciation from this lawyer for the intervention that we did during the time that he had a problem. So the first statement that it talks about where the money went. The second statement says, is referred to, is where I say I never withdrew any money. Now he sees a contradiction in that. I was responding in the second statement to what a statement purporting to come from the treasurer said that there was money withdrawn from the account by myself. And the story in the Daily News, in the Newsday, and Pugen knows that he sponsored someone to go to the Daily News, and we all know about that, saying that Mwonzora had looted the funds. So the allegation was that I had withdrawn the money for my benefit. And I was answering to that I never withdrew any money. I never touched the money. I never used it for my benefit. So the two are not inconsistent. The first one is that the money, I know where the money went. The second one is, it's not me who took it out of the account. It's not me who paid it. It's not me who handled it. And it's not me who benefited from it. And Mr. Pugen, I know he's still studying something. I think it's something like trying to be a lawyer or something. He's trying to be able to look at contradictions. There are no contradictions here. But the beauty of it is that I have subjected myself to the National Standing Committee. And the National Standing Committee, through its highest officer, is going to write a letter tomorrow. And this is what everybody should be subjected to. I was subjected to that. I didn't complain. I said, okay, he can attack me as much as he wants. That's his style of politics. I don't take it to heart. Unfortunately, I don't take it seriously. But he is free to criticize me. When I'm president of the MDC, I want to encourage members of the MDC to criticize me if they think I've done anything wrong. And if I do become one day the president of the republic, I want people to criticize me. I want people to even sing in parliament in my presence if they disapprove of what I've done, and they will not be arrested. That's the type of democracy we want to bring in Zimbabwe. But of course, there is always rights with responsibility. It is always important to be responsible in what you say about other people, just in case it is not true. In the case of Mr. Kuden, unfortunately, he was not at today's standing committee meeting. He would have heard for himself, seen for himself, that the money was well accounted for. It was not drawn by myself. And that it did reach its destination. And that was perfectly legal. But he is trying to slander me because he thinks that it enhances the chances of whoever he is backing.
Okay, I think our sound is very bad today, so I'm not going to go through the next questions I wanted to ask you because they want us to be clear, especially your plans going forward. So if we continue with this kind of sound, it won't be very clear. So I think let us wrap up. And then what we'll do is next week, after the Congress, the extraordinary Congress, we'll come back and pick up from there. The final point.
How do you know that by that time I'll still want to be talking? You know, when people lose the elections, they go into hiding. You know.
I think the amount of confidence you've shown, you said to us last time that you are on 70%, and I've got no reason to doubt you that you've got that kind of support.
I think I'm now on 75 after what my colleagues tried to do. And I'm so happy that Zimbabweans saw through this. This is the type of politics that we must get rid of. The politics of hate, the politics of mudslinging, and so on, at the expense of substantive issues. We should have been debating about our plans for the MDC in this campaign, but this campaign was lost. Time was lost in trying to bring down each other. I did say to my colleagues today in the standing committee that I want to be able to work with everyone. Should I be the president, and that reporting each other to the police, saying lies, wouldn't help matters. But of course, the important thing, and I think the fortunate part, is that I do have the temperament. I was blessed by God with that temperament, and I don't take these things to heart at all. Mr. Abednego Bebe filed his case in the High Court, trying to stop the election, which is scheduled for the 19th. He wanted an agent chamber application, an interdict to stop us from holding the Congress until the issue of his dismissal is dealt with. We went to court today, and his lawyer was not ready, and the matter was postponed to next week. Now, the election is on Saturday. What that means is that Mr. Bebe is unable to stop the Congress. So the Congress is going ahead. The statements that we saw in the press is that he had been able to stop the Congress were false.
Okay. Senator Douglas Mwonzora, I think let us stop the discussion now because our sound is quite bad. But I think everyone has clearly heard you. The Congress is going through on Saturday, but in a centralized way. It's not going to be held in one place. And the voters' roll is going to be finalized tomorrow. and it's going to be, then the ballots are going to be printed by an independent body plus 10%, and then they'll be distributed throughout the country. I think the details will come in a statement. I hope that tomorrow you issue a statement so that we can read it out here, since our sound is so bad today. Are you issuing a statement tomorrow?
Yes, we are issuing a statement so that everybody knows what is happening. It will be issued tomorrow. Unfortunately, I couldn't issue today because of time. It will be issued tomorrow. But tomorrow also, I hope that you will be able to know more about the so-called criminal case. Regarding Mr. Puge's type of campaign, it is his type of campaign. I want to advise him that he should follow my example. When he had problems with the law, I never said anything, and so on. But that is this type of campaign. That is the type of campaign that I do not admire. That the type of campaign that I want Zimbabweans to get away from. We want to go to the politics of substance, to the politics of rational disputation, and never to the politics of hate.
Okay, so if someone was to see Pugeni, let's say I see Pugeni here at Gambakwe Media, should I entertain him as the spokesman of the MDC-T, or does he not speak for the MDC-T?
Right now, he is not speaking for the MDC-T. He did ask for a leave of absence. He was granted that leave. He has not applied to come back to resume the being spokesperson of the party. And of course, you know that he was acquitted of those charges. I don't want to repeat them because I don't want to embarrass him. He is my young brother, but there were certain criminal allegations against him, and he was acquitted of those. I'm happy for him that he's no longer in trouble. But we do have some processes where a person comes back, and we do look at a few things also as the leadership before we admit somebody to be a substantive spokesperson. Remember, Mr. Pugen is the deputy spokesperson. He is not the spokesperson. The MDC right now does not have a permanent, substantive spokesperson. But right now, Dr. Mashakada is in charge of our information and publicity. We also have to make a decision, and Mr. Pugen will make a decision on whether he wants to be spokesperson of Dr. Pugen, a presidential spokesperson, or he wants to be spokesperson of the institution. We will be discussing that after the Congress and so on. But I want to tell you one thing, that Mr. Pugen must not expect any retribution from me should I win the presidency. I will work with him. I will try to correct what I think are some of the mistakes that he makes. But he is free to criticize me at any point in time without any repercussions whatsoever. That's the politics I promise Zimbabwe.
Right, Senator Douglas Mwonzora, every time I speak to you, I get more and more respect of the kind of person that you are. If it was me and I was in your position, I was just going to recommend that Pugen is being disruptive. He must be relieved of his position because it's confusing everyone. Because I think we have an issue here where it's becoming difficult, especially for the media, to understand what is going on, because officially, as a spokesman, we expect him to say the position of the party. And I just played you a clip, and it's totally opposite to what you just told me right now. Yes. Don't you think that requires a bit of a firm hand from your side? Okay, I think we just lost Senator Douglas Mwonzora at that particular point when I was trying to make my point about Pugen. So he's back. Please give us the answer because we didn't hear anything.
Well, I said it's up to Dr. Pupe, the acting president right now. She has seen what Mr. Pugen said. But I am not going to lay any complaint. I'm not going to lay any charges against him because I think it is counterproductive. It doesn't help. I interpret what Mr. Pugen is doing as trying to engage me in the race to the bottom. And I declined the invitation. We have more serious things to deal with. This type of politics, as I said, is not politics. It's a Mugabe era type of politics, I should say. But he is free to criticize me any minute.
Okay, I think let us wrap it up here. I was supposed to talk to Pugen tomorrow. I thought he was the spokesperson of the MDC-T. So what I would do is I would try to get hold of Dr. Mashakada tomorrow. There is a slot that is open for the spokesperson of the MDC-T. And if he told me that Pugen is no longer speaking, is not yet speaking for the party, then I hope that Mr. Mashakada will be able to come here and give us the official position of the MDC-T until such a time as the MDC-T decides who speaks for the party. I feel very bad when the MDC-T continues to fight. And more boys, to answer you, I take no pleasure in what is happening. I wish that everyone would engage respectfully. And if you watched what Senator Mwonzora said yesterday when he was in Bulawayo, I posted that interview today. It was very respectful, and I thank you, Senator Mwonzora, for what you're doing in terms of trying to bring order and also talking to people in a respectful manner. And I wish you luck with your campaign. So is there anything else you want to say before we close?
Yes, just to the MDC family, we are going to be having our Congress on the 19th. It's now set. I appeal to all our cadres, all our members, to be respectful to each other. I appeal that those who support their candidates must do so in peace and with the respect of each other's rights. There is no need for us to engage in hate. There is no need for us to say hateful things against each other. This is not a fight. This is a contest among the members of the MDC. So I hope to see you in your respective clusters where you'll be casting your vote. And please feel free to cast your vote to a candidate that you like. Whether that candidate is me or the other person does not matter. I will defend your right to cast your vote. I will defend your right to vote against me if you so wish. But what we need to understand is what type of president does the MDC require at this moment in time? And I think that I answered that description.
Okay. So, Senator Mwonzora, before you check out, I was browsing the internet and I found a song that had been created for you. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I think let's check out with the song. Unfortunately, I didn't get the official one, so I had to record. And it doesn't sound very clear, but it's very interesting. You can just listen to it, and then that would be the way we check out tonight. Good night to everyone who's at home, and please just enjoy the 2 minutes clip that was created for Senator Mwonzora here.